Hello, good Friday. It's Mark Dubin with Dubin Realty. It's the week, it's February 1st already, so welcome to February. And second week in a row, I promised you I'll be here every Friday, and I'm a man of my word. So here we go to fill you in on what's happening in the Juneau, Jupiter Beach area. So first of all, I got to say, and I'm not one to complain, but man, it has been like wet and rainy. I feel like I need an ark or something. So I'm not complaining because I know out west it's like minus 47 degrees. But I'm all good for the rain, but ready for a little sunshine. So this week has been very wet. So anyway, that was just sort of a viewpoint on life at this point here. So what's happening in Juneau Beach next week? We've got an upcoming comprehensive development map plan with the planning and zoning on Monday at 4 o'clock, and there's another meeting at 5:30 with planning and zoning. So I believe they're looking at the overall the map of Juneau Beach and how it's zoned. So it's kind of interesting if you'd like to go and kind of check it out. The other thing which is real neat is next Friday, February 8th at 4:30. If you've been married 50 years, you can go celebrate with other people that have made it that long in marital bliss. It's pretty cool. It's at 4:30. It's $20 per couple, I believe per couple. It might be per person. There's hors d'oeuvres, catered dinner, and some dessert. And if you're interested, you can give the town a call and make reservations to celebrate with other people. The town of Jupiter, I mentioned last week that Juneau Beach has an election for a town council seat. The town of Jupiter also has an election coming up on March 12th. So if you're a Jupiter resident, go to the Jupiter website, check it out. There's a couple things that they're going to be voting on that are pretty interesting. One's a big bond issue. The town's considering borrowing, raising up to $20 million with a bond for land acquisition program for environmentally sensitive waterfront and recreational lands. That's pretty neat. The town mayor, Todd Wodraska, is the incumbent, and he's being be a vote with Cheryl Snyder. So if any of you politicians are watching this and you want to come on, I'd love to interview you and ask you a couple questions. You can share what you're about. The first district also has a vote with Jim Koretsky, who's the incumbent, will be running against Peter Robbins. So that's another part of that election, which will be March 12th. So please get out and vote, research, talk to candidates. It's really an important thing, and I'll update you more as the weeks go by on that. So let's get into real estate and what's happened this week, which sounds like it's just a week, but interestingly enough, 22 properties have gone under contract. So as I mentioned last week, things seem to be a little slower, and just as quickly as that happens, a lot of properties will get sucked up. There's currently 212 active properties. 66 are currently now under contract, which again is an increase of last week. Last week we actually had 6 closings. A small condo at Jupiter Ocean Racket sold, a townhouse at Sea Colony, a beautiful 3-bedroom renovated unit sold in the tower, a beautiful condominium at Ocean Royale sold, and a Bluffs home up on the ridge sold. So as I mentioned, things can kind of turn around week to week in terms of volume. I'll try to keep you up to date so you can kind of keep track of what's happening, and we can make some predictions together and see how they work out. So hey, that's a quick wrap up. I'll be here next Friday with some more information and news. Thank you so much for all of you that actually liked what I was doing or made some comments. It means a lot to me. And if you have things you're hearing about that you want me to cover, just chime in on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, or give me a call. Have a wonderful week. Hopefully it dries out, and I'll see you next Friday.